Greetings, this is W6BDD George in Olathe, Kansas, and I'm going to post a series of videos on the AMSAT CubeSat Simulator I'm building, which is partially right here and partially all over my workbench, along with my 1kW linear that I'm working on. I decided to build this project and see what I could do with it. I realize that this is a simulator and basically meant for static display. However, my idea is to use this for a BalloonSat and or a RocketSat project. And as you can see, I've got the 3 boards built up almost complete. So I'm waiting for the solar cell control power boards that I've ordered. I have my Raspberry Pi 0, 2, and added the header. I've added an RTC board because it doesn't have RTC. So if you unplug it or it loses power, it will lose a date and time, which I don't want. So I've added that to the stack. The camera I bought is the Ardu cam that is recommended by Alan Johnston. And while it is the standard Ardu Cam 1, it has a autofocus on it. So I like to have the autofocus. It's not zoom, it's autofocus. But it works very well. Works the same as the regular Ardu Cam. Let's see, what else have I got? Oh, what I'm building here is I've got a little 2-watt, 433 megahertz amplifier. And it runs off of 3.3 volts, which is in the stack over here. And I've got 2800 milliamp batteries, 2.8 amp hour, 3.3 volt batteries. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the software, and I've got a little RF switch here, RF relay, 3.3 volt, arm run, double pull, double throw. And what I'm doing is I'm adding headers right there, and one it's going to go here. And it's going to go onto a Raspberry Pi proto board. And what will happen is that every 5 minutes, it will kick in this amplifier, so that when the telemetry is being transmitted, it's going to go out at 2 watts of power, hopefully, instead of the microwatts that normally come out of this thing. So the transmit section normally comes out at this connector right there, and it just comes off of a GPIO pin through a little filter. So you've got about 3.3 volts at about 15 milliamps. So do the math. 3.3 times 15 milliamps is not a whole lot of power. And so when this comes out, it's going to route over to this board, which will be on the proto board with the relay. There was another relay that's coming that will switch the power on and off and switch the relay in and out. And then what will happen is that normally the RF will be in bypass around the RF amplifier, and every 5 minutes it will kick in and turn on the amplifier, and then hopefully you'll get about 2 watts of power out of this thing. So if it's way up in the air, like on a balloon or a rocket, it will be hopefully powerful enough to be able to be picked up. So we'll see how all that goes. So in the meantime, I'm going to continue building up the CubeSat. I've got my solar panels. I've got a frame redesign going on with a friend of mine who knows how to do AutoCAD and Designer. And we're going to make this frame a little bit different, a little beefier, a little more well-designed. Not that Alan Johnston and his team didn't do a fine job for a static display, but I intend to fly this. So, stay tuned. I will keep you informed. W6 BDD clear.